Trek's new Slash Plus is a big travel, hard-hitting enduro bike with a lightweight EMTB powertrain. Is this the ultimate combination for an enduro rider looking to hit big tracks with some electronic assistance? Before we dive into the details to find out, a big thanks to Trek, our sponsors of this video. The Trek Slash Plus has 170mm of suspension travel, aggressive geometry, tough yet light componentry, and thanks to TQ's quiet motor, should pedal efficiently uphill. Trek's newest EMTB is based on the latest 6th generation Trek Slash and uses the same high pivot suspension setup and mixed wheel size design claimed to dominate enduro terrain. I spent a lot of time on the Slash, so I'm familiar with the bike the Slash Plus is based on. Check out my video on the non-assisted Slash here. At the time, there was no e-bike built on the new Slash platform, but there is now. So let's see why the newest Slash could be an ideal candidate for electrification. Trek have electrified the Slash Plus with a TQ HPR50 motor, providing 50 Nm of torque, 300 watts of power, and a claimed weight of a meager 1,850 grams, putting the Slash Plus into the lightweight EMTB category. This might seem at odds with the bike's hardcore nature and big travel, but stick around to learn why Trek made this choice. The bike will fit into the Trek EMTB range as a bigger brother to the lightweight Fuel EXE and offers a lightweight option compared to the full-power Trek Rail EMTB. Trek recommends the high-powered rail for long distances for an all-round classic EMTB experience. The Slash Plus, however, is for a more aggressive rider focused on descending and is said to handle more like a traditional mountain bike. The choice of battery is also crucial to defining where this bike fits into the EMTB spectrum. TQ supply the battery for the Slash Plus, which offers 580 watt-hours of energy, and Trek say that offers 2 to 6 hours of runtime depending on how you toggle the modes. The 580 watt-hour battery is physically bigger than the 360 watt-hour TQ battery used on the Trek Fuel EXE, but it's packaged so the down tube remains as svelte as possible. And it's versatile too, because cleverly, if you want to make the bike a little lighter, you can run the 360 watt-hour battery from a Trek Fuel EXE in the Slash Plus, but of course this will reduce the range slightly. Running the smaller battery does require the purchase of a special plastic spacer that installs onto the end of the 360 watt-hour battery. The Slash Plus's battery is held in place with 2 Allen bolts, which means you will need a tool if you wish to remove it, but crucially it should stay securely anchored and silent in the bike at all times. If you're into customizing your bike, then the Slash Plus has a few tricks up its sleeve. For example, if you want to boost the range even further, you can fit one of TQ's range extender batteries. These weigh a claimed 950 grams and are shaped to fit inside the supplied bottle cage. The range extender is 160 watt-hours and comes in at £489.99 or $549.99. Trek say that this boosts the runtime to 3 to 7.5 hours depending on how you toggle the modes. Cleverly, when the bike is on charge and a range extender is fitted, the main battery will reach full charge first before topping up the range extender. And when riding, it's the opposite. The bike will drain the range extender ahead of the main battery. This is useful if you're doing laps, as you can remove it when it's empty to save some weight, carrying on your ride still with a full battery. And when it comes to managing the bike's software, everything including battery level, ride data, mapping and motor tuning can all be performed using the new Trek Central app on your phone. Moving to the suspension, it can also be customized to suit your preferences or to change between air and coil shocks, because you can adjust how progressive the bike's suspension is by flipping a chip on the lower shock mount. You have the choice between a linear feeling suspension, which should be great for traction and when using an air shock, or a more progressive rear suspension, which would work well for hardcore riding with big hits or ideal for use with a coil shock. There are more suspension mods possible at the front of the bike too. If you're a hardcore rider, Trek warranty this frame up to a huge 190mm travel fork, so you can make the Slash Plus suitable for even the most extreme terrain. Let's talk about geometry. You might expect it to be the same as the newest Gen 6 Slash, right? Well, there are some key differences that you need to know about. Head and seat angle are similar to the non-assisted Slash, with a relaxed 63.5-degree head angle, adjustable by cups, offering the chance to go a degree slacker or steeper from there. Effective seat tube angle is steep for comfortable seated climbing at 77 degrees, and there's a long seat tube for mega dropper insertion. Like the Slash Plus uses a mixed wheel size setup with a 29-inch wheel on the front and a 27.5-inch wheel at the back, although the small size gets two 27.5-inch wheels. Sizing wise, there is a difference in your options. Gone is the in-betweener medium-large size, and the reach of both the medium and the large have been adjusted to cover the gap. The medium Slash Plus has a 448mm reach, and it's 479mm on the large, with a whopping 519mm reach on the XL. Now, chainstays see a slight divergence from the non-assisted Slash, but don't worry, you still get the size-specific chainstay length like the new Slash. These offer a tailored fit for all riders by keeping the reach to chainstay length ratio as consistent as possible across all the sizes. However, the Slash Plus gets around 6mm longer chainstays across the board. The small gets 434mm chainstays, the medium and large get longer 440mm chainstays, and the longest chainstays are on the XL, measuring 445mm.
Let's have a look at the placement of that 19-tooth idler pulley, an important part of the Slash's high pivot design. It routes the chain above the swing arm, allowing Trek to control the bike's pedalling characteristics and suspension attributes independently. The anti-squat kinematics are the same as the non-assisted Slash, so Trek are clearly pleased with how that bike pedals. I love a bike with a high pivot, and the rearward axle path means it handles braking bumps super well, and they offer so much stability, as well as letting the manufacturer tune the anti-squat and the suspension characteristics independently. But inevitably, idler wheels do add a small amount of drag, so electric assistance is even more helpful on a bike with a high pivot suspension design, which is why the Slash was such a great platform for creating an EMTB out of. It's also worth mentioning that the Slash Plus features an updated lower chain guide compared to the Slash, including adding chainring protection and a cage around the lower pulley to fully capture the chain for extra security. But the Slash Plus is not just set up for descending. High anti-squat numbers should mean efficient power delivery with minimal suspension movement, even when mashing the pedals. The steep seat angle and slightly longer chainstays than the non-assisted Slash also help stability, so seated climbing should be a breeze, especially on really steep EMTB specific ascents.
With 170mm of travel, a mixed wheel size and high pivot suspension, this bike is designed to slay the descents and be a proper sled even for a full enduro rider. It's got 4-pot brakes and 203mm rotors front and rear. It's got aggressive Bontrager SE5 tyres, and it's ready for anything that you can throw at it. Let's have a look at the spec levels on offer. There are two Slash Plus builds which are currently available, the Slash Plus 9.9 and 9.7. The 9.9 has a RockShox Zeb Ultimate fork and Vivid Ultimate shock, Bontrager Lime Pro 30 wheels, and an electronic SRAM EXO Axis drivetrain and Reverb Axis dropper. The brakes are SRAM's range-topping Maven silver 4-pots, and it costs £11,500 or just under $12,000 US. And the other model is the 9.7, like this one we have here. Has a Fox Rhythm 38 170mm travel fork and their performance level Float X shock. The wheels are Bontrager Line Comp 30, while the drivetrain is a mix of Shimano XT and SLX with E13 E-Spec Plus cranks. Shimano supply the M6 120 4-piston brakes for stopping power, and the whole bike costs £7,500 or just under $8,000 US. What do you think of the Slash Plus? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want more enduro tech, then check out this video next.